The Oregon Zoo, which used to be the Portland Zoo, has evolved in the last 14 years, since 2008, with $128 million worth of upgrades and improvements. About 40% of the zoo has been changed, with major modifications to the polar bear, penguin, primate, condor, elephant, and rhino areas. A modern veterinary medical center includes a rainwater capture system, solar heated water, and an energy-efficient electrical system to help maintain the health and well-being of the complete range of the inhabitants. African painted dogs are related to our coyotes, wolves, and dogs. Where coyotes and wolves all look very similar though, each painted dog has a unique color pattern. They are not territorial and roam over large areas of savanna, grasslands, and open range of sub-Saharan Africa. They hunt in packs, of course, and communicate with high-pitched squeaks during the chase. Their advantage over the game is endurance, with the ability to run for 3.5 minutes at 30 miles per hour, which means most animals slow down from exhaustion. A dominant breeding pair supplies new members, about 10 at a time, with the whole pack pitching in to help rear the little ones. The trade-off is that the dominant pair takes the high-risk jobs during the hunts. They are successful 70 to 90% of the time. With a lifespan of about 10 years, whether wild or captive, they must replenish their numbers frequently. Considered endangered, their numbers have gone from as many as 500,000 in the 1950s to their current population in the 4,000 or 5,000 range. This footage of the African slender-nosed crocodiles is from a previous visit, and one of the zoo workers said that there is now only one. They live in freshwater rivers and streams in Central and Western Africa. At up to 13 feet long, they can weigh up to 500 pounds and live for 50 years. Males hunt alone nearly submerged, but can see, smell and hear what is going on around them. Fish is their food of choice, and just about anything else will also be taken when necessary. Mating season is the only time females are allowed near. Eggs, numbering a dozen or two, are laid on the riverbank in a mounded nest. Nearly 4 months later, with the mother nearby, they hatch and she looks after them for a couple of years. They are considered critically endangered due to hunting and habitat loss. The western painted turtle is found from western Ontario to British Columbia and south into the central United States. In Oregon, they are found mostly to the north. Slow-moving shallow water with dense vegetation, muddy bottom and places to rest in the sun are where they like to call home. Sulawesi barbarossa are pig-like animals from Sulawesi and nearby areas of Indonesia. They reach 42 inches and can weigh 220 pounds. They live in underbrush of the tropical forest. The bufflehead, northern shoveler, and pintail are three of the many ducks to see. The following birds are in the Howard Vallam Aviary, which replicates a tropical rainforest.
Pas de soleil, 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 pas de soleil.
Living in the savanna and thorn scrub of sub-Saharan Africa, the red-billed hornbill is an omnivore, eating fruit, bugs and small animals. The long bill is for digging and the hornbill lives on the ground. It grows to 24 inches, weighing less than a pound, and can fly, despite having short wings. Living in pairs and being territorial normally, they may form flocks near water holes or feeding areas. With a 10-foot wingspan, California condors are the largest land birds in North America and live up to 70 years. Nearly extinct, in the mid-1900s, their numbers continued to decline until 1982, when the remaining 22 birds were taken into captivity to start a breeding program, which has been relatively successful. There are now 400 of them, with 200 flying free, and 7 wild breeding pairs. Rocky Mountain goats are not true goats, but more like antelope. Before modern times, they were spread from southern Alaska to the Columbia River, and east to the Rockies. They are herbivores that grow to 5 feet long, and can weigh 340 pounds. These Maasai giraffe can get to 18 feet tall and live 13 years on average. With those large eyes, they can spot danger at great distances, even alerting shorter animals. Herds of 10 to 200 contain smaller groups of females and calves, while bachelor groups roam separately. The males spar over the females by banging their heads into each other's bodies. These herbivorous creatures can eat 75 pounds of flowers, herbs, leaves, and seeds per day. At the age of 4, the females start producing calves with a little over a year between births. Black rhino. The black rhinos are one of the most endangered mammals in the world. Their horns are quite valuable, up to $24,000, and so they are poached by those who would put profit above the rhino's existence. Though they have great hearing and sense of smell, they lack good eyesight. They do have an alarm system, however, that alerts them to potential danger. The oxpecker is a bird that eats bugs they find on the rhino, and when they sense danger to their host, they let them know. Males are territorial. Females are not though and can roam about until they are ready to mate, at which time they just enter the territory of their mate of choice. They are herbivores, eating up to 50 pounds of leaves and twigs per day. They can weigh up to 3,000 pounds but can run up to 30 miles per hour on those short legs, and they live up to 30 years. Bontebok are grazing antelope that went from large herds to existing only in game farms and preserves, since their numbers were reduced to 17 in the early 1900s by overhunting. Fortunately for them, they can't jump and therefore can be contained by those who want to protect them. Their numbers have grown to 3,500. Adults can weigh up to 180 pounds and reach 39 inches at the shoulder, while their horns can grow to 20 inches. Mating early in the year produces lambs in September or October, and they live about 11 years. Sharpie and Nolina are the Oregon Zoo's African crested porcupines. They come from Africa and Italy, grow to 3 feet, can weigh 60 pounds and live 20 years. Being nocturnal, they forage at night in search of fallen fruit, root crops, bulbs and bark, returning during the day to the family unit in their complex burrows. 1 to 4 porcupets are born to the monogamous couple after nearly a 4-month gestation period. The quills are their defense mechanism and they will raise them, stamp their feet and click their teeth to ward off predators. The last resort is to run backwards, jamming quills into the unfortunate adversary. Naked mole rats are neither moles or rats, and are actually related to porcupines and guinea pigs. At 5 inches and weighing around 2 ounces, they use hearing and touch to navigate in the dark. They dig with their large teeth only, and eat roots or tubers. Living in colonies, they dig 1.5-inch tunnels that can be miles long and cover an acre. They must live in a low oxygen environment, as their tunnels may not have access above ground. Sort of like ants, there is one breeding queen, and housekeepers dig the tunnels, while soldiers protect the colony. African lions are apex predators, and can take down prey many times their own size. Females do most of the hunting, and live in prides of 2 to 40, all related. Each pride is dominated by at least one male. The males compete for dominance, in often life or death struggles. A new winner kills all the cubs in the pride, leaving only about 20% to reach maturity on average. Females start breeding at about 2 years old, and produce up to 5 cubs in a 3.5-month gestation period. They can weigh up to 530 pounds, with the females being a couple hundred pounds lighter, and live up to 15 years. Zawadi, Kia, and Neka, along with the others, live in the predators of the Serengeti exhibit. The Amur tiger, formerly the Siberian tiger, comes from the mountain forests of eastern Russia. At 450 pounds and 10 feet long, they are the largest cats in the world. Each one has its own pattern of markings. Even though they are solitary creatures, they have large hunting areas that can be hundreds of square miles, which they mark to keep others out. Living around 12 years, the females start producing cubs at 3, and give birth to several, in 3-month pregnancies. Bernadette lives in the Amur tiger habitat, while only about 400 remain in the wild. The animals page at their website, which is OregonZoo.org, lists 74 kinds of animals in their care. Admission is $24 and reservations are required. You can purchase up to 10 days ahead of your visit. Parking is $2 per hour with an $8 maximum. Weekends are often sold out ahead of time, even in the winter. So planning ahead is a good idea.